and welcome back to Run the Robsons. In today's video we're going to look at a Bailey Segovia 2019 Caravan. Now it is the school holidays, so you'll have to excuse me that my hair isn't really done, and to be fair, clean to shave. It's also Halloween, so I do look a bit scary, so that's good for the video. We're looking at Segovia because, as you know, we Run the Robsons, we're all about family caravanning. We don't do reviews of other caravans that are smaller because we're a family of 5 people and we always consider what it would be like to have a big caravan or a caravan that would fit that many people in. Today we're looking at Segovia, which has actually been discontinued. There are still a couple of 2019 models you can grab your hands on. I'm currently at United British Caravans. Just want to clarify that I don't get anything from them, that I'm not sponsored by them, we don't get any kind of money back from them. So it's all just a kind of a personal look at the vans, and United British Caravans have very kindly let us look around their vans and let us see what's going on inside them. So I'm currently sat in the living area of the Segovia. The seats are incredibly comfortable, really kind of, you can chill out, you can get yourself sorted, bit of zoom there. And it does feel quite comfortable. So what I do like already, just sitting here, and you can't see the camera, but I'll show you around everywhere in a second, is the fact that we actually have front hatches. We have a front hatch on one side. One thing I would like Bailey to do is to have full-size hatches. There's probably a reason they're not there, so you can get under the front seats. As I said, very comfortable. Because it's a 2019 model and it also happens in the 2020 models and the other vans, there is no bulkhead at the front. So literally you're pretty much on top of the front of the van, which gives you a little bit more space in the van than you get in some other caravan manufacturers. Really nice chest of drawers next to me, I'll show you that again in a second. The Segovia is a top end model from Bailey, so obviously it has a slightly higher price tag. I do think that Bailey have got the price about right, because it's still under £30,000, and because it's now in October of 2019 and 2020 models are coming out, you can probably get yourself a deal on one of these lovely, beautiful caravans. It has a lot of similarities to the Phoenix 760 that we filmed last year, and I'll put a link up at the top for that. So let's have a look around the Segovia and see what we think. Is a 7'6" van, that is wide, is that just as nice as an 8-foot van? It has a lot of extra features because it's top of the range model, things that you wouldn't get on the Grande Palermo or get on the 760 as well. So starting in the lounge area where I was sat before, you've got 2 reasonably long seats. We'll do the test in a second. The potter flap's already up there, and we've got very shiny lockers. Again, because it's a high-end model, it has that extra shine, and the corners are also covered that you wouldn't see in a 760. So this is approximately £6,000 more than the 760, so you're getting a lot of extra features in here. You've got on the top here, we've obviously got the safety features of having a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide detector. We have a 2-piece door with a window in from Heart L, and then the Heart L bin in there as well. Panning round, it has the blinds that I love, and we'll show them in a second, where they can pull up from the bottom. So they can pull up from the bottom, which means that you get no extra light in here, which in my opinion are better than the other blinds. Again, that's a feature because it's a high end. The Palermo does have those in the mid-range as well. Let's put that down. So in the locker above here, there's very nice gloss and shiny handle. We've got the box of the tyre pal, so that actually comes with this caravan. So that's an added extra you'd have to buy yourself, but on this caravan, on the Segovia, it comes as standard. Double shelf, the splitter for the TV, and we've got the air, which is also currently down in here. Because it is the Segovia, we actually have the corners covered, which might be a personal preference. Some people seem to like them open. I personally quite like them shut. Panning back a second, we've got the nice big Bailey window, which lets a lot of natural light in. We've got on the other side another cubby hole, and then on this side here we've got another space there, kind of very big doors. In the front here we've got lights which are dimmable, some dimmable lights, and also they've actually got 2 USBs, one on the front, one on the back, and it's exactly the same on this side, dimmable LED with 2 USB ports, so you can charge your devices on a night time. Also on Segovia in the front and both sides we have these magazine little racks. Adds a little bit of pleasing aesthetics to the front and again something you wouldn't see on other vans, and that's what you're getting for your £27,000. So moving on to the kitchen, we've got a very high spec Caravan here, the Segovia. One of the things I do like about Bailey's is that they've got this slightly pushed out sort of section, so it gives you a lot more worktop space. We've got 2 plug sockets here, and we've also got the light switches, and then we've got the control to the older central heating is in here. We've got a large cupboard, which actually it's got something that the 760 didn't have, which is quite a good idea. It actually has a little positive catch here, just so that while you're in transit you don't really want your crockery on the left or things moving out and anything you put on the right. So that's it. Quite a simple little feature, but does make a difference. We've got a microwave above the cooker, which is a good idea because it's at a reasonable height. But if you do suppose the thing, it's going to go out the cooker and not anywhere else, so it's not the end of the world. We've got the draining board. We've got the sink here with a kind of nifty tap. We've got an excellent splash back again, something you wouldn't see in a mid-range model. And then below the kitchen, we've got 3 incredibly large drawers. So we'll just open the top one of those, so you can have a look what it's like inside. Quite wide, not the deepest, but has some depth to it because obviously the sink's there as well. One of the good things on here is that the fact that on top of the cooker, Bailey have put a little flat one, which gives you extra worktop space. And as you can see, we've got a 3-burner hob with also an electric hot plate. The Caravan has separate gas and oven. The knobs have been taken off just because it's on display at the moment. You've got space there to put more bits and pieces, and something that is quite good is that actually Bailey have been listening to some advice, have moved the edge of the cooker so you can still get your pots and pans on. Again, we've got another little rack there. On the other side of the kitchen, we've got space to put bits and pieces above here. Again, inside there we've got the charge for the solar panel, again so that you wouldn't get on a standard edition model like the 760 unless you bought a dealer special, which you can also buy a dealer special here at the moment of the 760. Massive fridge freezer, and then that's definitely going to pass the Robson test of can you fit a big pizza in there. Oh yes, lots of pizzas. I'll keep Andrew Ditton happy. And then at the top here we've got another separate freezer compartment which is there all of the time. Moving back a second, next to the door you can probably see that it has a fly screen. Again, not something you see in all Caravans. And then the controls in there. Bailey have also put in a leather feel holder rather than the standard plastic. So you've actually got a separate front area from the back area, lots of natural light. So yeah, above me we have a big hikey, and then we also have a reasonable sized one in here as well. I do quite like that it doesn't actually have an omni vent. I think that's a good thing because sometimes it can become a bit dark in these areas. So I'm just going to move through to the middle section. It has a mid washroom, so you have a totally kind of separate front and back section. And as you can see, we've got the children's area, which we'll look at in a second. On the bathroom or the far side, we've got a big cupboard to store all of your family's stuff that they will need. Really big cupboard. Toilet. Pleasing to see that the actual system is integrated, looks a bit more high end. Get another cupboard here and a couple of cubbies. We have the bowl sink on this nice Bailey here. Mirror, which we've looked at already. And we've also got some extra aesthetically pleasing hanging places to put your clothes for your children. We've got a light above us. We've also got down here, we've got the, because it's older and it has central heating as opposed to blown heating, we have a heating vent here to heat up the section. And then what we do is, if you want some privacy in the toilet, you can pull this concertina door across. Personally, if it was me, I would just shut both ends of the door. On the other side, we've got a fully lined, very large shower. There is some intrusion from the wheel arch, however, that's again a place to put bits and pieces. Although it's good that they have got that in there. And we've also got an adjustable height shower, which again you don't always see in some of the other lower end vans. Next to the shower is the tank for the older heating, and again, good that Bailey split the space up rather than one vast space. And that's also your wardrobe space, which is a good location because then the children can get changed in here, and family and adults can get changed in here, and you've got that bit of privacy. So something that the Segovia brought back to us a couple of years ago, and has now become quite a popular layout, is this whole back section where the children have their own area. So coming into the back section, again we've got some vast size cupboards, nicely split out there, cubby space in the middle, and then another big vast size over the top locker. Again, both sides is nicely split in there. Coming back a second, you've got a set of drawers, so the children can put toys and games, maybe clothes in, maybe you can put the next day's clothes in so the children get ready. And we've got the dinette here, which makes into a fifth, and you can probably see there, a sixth bunk. Again, what is good, and Bailey have thought about this really well, is the fact that we have adjustable dimmable lights, which also have 2 USBs on. Same on that one in that corner, has 2 USBs on. And then the children have their own dimmable light switches with USBs on. And that's what you need in today's technology, kind of advanced children. We need somewhere for them to plug their devices into. Nice big window at the top there, nice light and airy. So we've got the bunks here, and they're nice and long as well as pretty wide. We have a fixed ladder in place. And then the bottom bunk, which also has a very large window, so it doesn't feel claustrophobic in there at all. Another little nifty feature is the fact that you've got somewhere to hide the cables. So underneath on the bottom bunk, we've got a 240 volt, a 12 volt plug-in and a TV point. So you can put the TV on the top, and then you can hide the cables, a little hider that they've got there as well. So there you go. There was our review of the Bailey Segovia 2019 model. Down here, United British Caravan for £27,000. Don't tell Sean I said this, but probably at this time of year you can probably get yourself a good deal. There are a few around the country as well as one here, United British Caravans. I suppose it's a bit of a dilemma. Some people would probably prefer the 760. The 760 obviously doesn't have all the extra features that Segovia has, particularly if you want to use the Caravan for all year round, because the trim heating is very good, but on some of them they put the pipe underneath and that loses a bit of heat, where actually in the Segovia you've got all day wet central heating, so it will be usable all year round. It has a lot of extra features that you're getting for your money. So you've got the tyre sensor, you've got the tyre pressure sensor outside, you've got an easier accessible fridge and freezer. One thing that the 760 did struggle with a little bit is that you couldn't take the trays out once they were in there. It has a bit more high gloss. It does have a more upmarket feel inside the van. So if you want something that has space for 6, a separate washroom, a separate children's area so that on a night time you can just be in the front and know that you're sorted, then I think the Segovia is a very good caravan, and it's a shame that for 2020 the model hasn't been continued. If you want, there's some other videos on our channel for the Phoenix 760 and the Grande Palermo, which are the competitors from Bailey. But overall, a really nice van, and it's something that when you look around you have to try and persuade yourself that you don't want to buy this van, because I would quite like to buy this van because it is really high spec, really well put together, and a well thought on design van for a family from Bailey. Please give us a thumbs up for the video. Maybe if you already got one, put a comment down below, or if you think about buying one, you want to ask any questions, please do. And if you don't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and clicking the bell so that you get notifications as and when we put new videos together. Bye for now, and thank you for watching.